He kept walking, and he got faster as the officer got closer.
Without hesitation, he grabbed the railing with both hands and just threw himself over.
Marino was quickly rescued and rushed to the hospital, while search teams scoured the water, desperate to find the baby boy alive. Tragically, 2 days later, a tiny body was discovered 15 miles downstream from the bridge. In court, testified that from his hospital bed, Marino admitted to throwing Ethan off the bridge before jumping in.
He stated that he knew what he needed to do. And what is it that he needed to do? He needs to kill his
Perfect.
son.
What I did here was make a template out of cardboard, just so I can get these angles straight when I go cut the angle iron outside. I gotta start cutting and grinding outside because I'm just making too much of a mess in here. Okay, I went ahead and put the top bar here. It's a little flimsy. So I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna make a couple of brackets like this, just to make it stiffer. And the petals are gonna go somewhere around here. Yeah. Uh, Let me figure out how to make the brackets for these, and then I'll come back and show you what I came up with. Okay, after looking at this, I don't know if you guys can see this pedal. I got two of them, and I don't know how people get this to work. I just think this is ridiculous because if I put it on this side, even with my left foot, there's no room here for me to put my foot. And then you're going to have to hook up a brake cable or a fuel cable to these holes here. And the cable is actually going to be in the way of your foot. This bracket here is going to be in the way of your foot. Then if you turn it around, okay, you got more padding here to put your foot. But then the cable for either your gas pedal or your brake is right in the middle of the pedal. So I don't see how this works. Like the middle of your foot or the heel is going to keep hitting the cable as you accelerate, unless you have this pedal way back here. But the cable is still going to be in your way. Anyway, I'm going to go with something else. I honestly don't like these pedals. I have no clue why they couldn't just make this bracket come down straight so you can have for more foot room. I have no idea why they bent it to come down the middle of the pedal. If this was actually longer, it would make sense, but I don't know. To me, these pedals don't make any sense whatsoever. So I'm just gonna, I guess, toss these and come up with something else. Maybe I'll just make my own.
These nuts and go to this monster help bend.
So what I'm going to do is I'm going to try to bend this bracket straight. See if I can still use these pedals. If not, then I'll just make my own. See, this makes more sense to me. Like, even if I want to use it this way, I got room here for my foot. The cable's not in my way. Or, if I want to use it this way, I got room here for my foot, and the cable's not in my way. Like, I don't understand why they would come and bring this, curve it to come down the center in the way of your foot. Anyway, I think I can use these. I know it's a little bit bent here or whatever, but I'll straighten that out. This makes more sense to me than the other way. I think I'm going to go with that. I think what I'm going to do is just weld a 5/16 bolt right to the frame, and then the pedal will just slide in, and I can just bolt it and adjust it to anywhere I want using two nuts. This way I have room for my foot. The cable will come close to the frame. And to me, this makes more sense than this bracket being bent like the way they did. Anyway, that's what I'm going to go with. I'm gonna put on my spindles before I put on the brake pedals. When I ordered the spindles, I actually thought I ordered the spindle brackets with it, but I didn't. So I'm gonna have to make my own. So made a 1/2 inch hole. This is a little bit tight. Oh, that was perfect. The other one. Oh, that works perfect. Okay. Three and 1/8 of an inch. I need to go cut a bracket for the back here. That's going to be, it's exactly 3 and 1/8 of an inch. Yeah. 3 and 1/8. I live in Canada. I know we have metric systems here. When I first went to school, we had the standard system in inches, yards. Now we went in millimeters, centimeters, and that. I have no clue what the hell a centimeter is. So I'm going to still do this in inches. Yeah, that's a little hot. I need to put that glove on. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and clean these pieces up. And weld them together and see how that comes out. See, here's how the spindle bracket came out. It actually came out really nice. Not hot, but came out actually pretty good. I mean, that's going to work well. I know the welds are a little bit look awful right now, but I'm going to grind this all down. Actually, I still got to weld the inside, but I'll weld the inside. I'm going to grind it all down, and then I'll come back when I'm ready to put it back on to put it on the cart. Actually, yeah, but that came out actually really nice. Hey, here's my spindles after I welded them. Sorry, not the spindles, spindle brackets after I welded them and grinded it down, them down. I think it came out. They came out pretty good. I'm very happy with them. Yeah, they actually came out really, really nice. I'm gonna weld a brace right here, and then weld a bracket to it. Just to give it more support, and I needed to come out a little bit of about a quarter of an inch out more, because right now the wheel sticks in a little bit too much. Yeah, I think that'll be perfect. I'm going to give it a little bit of caster. Um, a lot of people do the caster at 5 degrees. Um, I don't know what's perfect, but this is not going to be a racing go kart, so I will do mine also at 5 degrees. I don't see anybody explaining why you do caster on the go karts. Uh, the reason why you do caster on go kart, if you don't have the caster and you just put the spindle straight or the spindle bracket on straight, usually when you turn, let's say you're going to turn left, the cart usually tilts a bit, right? It'll tilt a little bit as you're making a left turn. It'll tilt a little bit to the right because the weight goes to the opposite side, and so you don't get as much traction if you're turning left. You don't get as much traction on the left front wheel. So what the caster actually does is, as you if you do caster back, as you turn left, it actually lowers the left wheel a little bit and raises the right one up a little bit. So when the weight shifts to the right, the left wheel will actually have a little bit more traction, right? So this is why they do caster. I don't see anybody explaining that. Maybe there is a whole bunch of people or whatever. I just haven't seen the videos or whatever. That's the basics of it. If you're going to actually race or not, if you're making a go kart just to mess around and go around, you actually don't need any of that. But I am going to do it on this one just because. Okay, so that's 90 degrees right there. So for me to get 5 degrees back, I'm going to have to put it at 85. Let's turn this. That's 85 right there. 84.9, 85. Uh, it's going from 84.9 to 85.1, so I think that's perfect. There you go. 85. So that's 5 degrees back. 85. Let me just make sure the measurements are right. 6 3/8. That's perfect. I'm going to wall that right there, or tack it anyway. Then I'll do the other side. Just want to make sure the go kart is level. Okay. I'll do this side first so you guys can see what I'm doing. And then the other side, you'll know that I'm just going to do exactly the same. Ooh, this actually doesn't look that good. That's not enough turning ratio. Yeah, I calculated this wrong. Hey, trial and error. What can I say? Okay, that's not going to go good. What I'm going to have to do is I'm going to have to cut this and move this forward because the wheel, as you can see, is hitting here. And that's not enough turning ratio. No way. I need the wheel to turn more than that. And the same goes for back here. That's not enough. It's actually centered, but man, I should have measured this a lot better. Yeah, I'm gonna have to move this forward, this bar here forward, and I'm gonna have to move this bar here backward a little bit. Actually, you know what? The wheel comes up to here. I wonder how much turning ratio I need. Yeah, no, to the left is not right. To the left, I should have a little bit more. Yeah, I should have a bit more. Wondering Raise it up a little bit. I'm going to think about this. Let me see if I can figure something out. The thing is, got these tires for the rear, and these are rear rims. And these are rear rims, but the tire is thinner than the tires I got for the back. So I'm going to put this tire on here, which is for the back. Then I'll put this tire on this rim, which is for the front. And put the bearings in. And go from there and see if that'll work. Because this right now is floppy in here. As you can see. And then I'll see if I really have to move these bars or not. Okay, I'm going to switch the tires and I'll get back. But this is a letdown. But let's see what happens when I switch the tires. Right now, I think it's going to be the end for this video. It's going to take me a little while. Switch the tires, figure this out. If I do have to move the bars, yeah, it's going to take me at least a couple of days or whatever. So we'll make this video end here. And hope you guys like the project. If you do, please subscribe. It helps me a lot. Give it a thumbs up. And I hope you come back and watch the other video. Thanks for watching.